Good day, everyone. I welcome you to another section. Today, we'll be treating Google Form, how we are going to make use of Google Form effectively and efficiently. First and foremost, Google Form is a web-based application used to curate forms for data connection purposes. Google Form can be used to make survey, project questionnaires, quiz, or event registration sheets. The first thing you need to do is that you are to download the application on your Play Store. Let me show you the logo of Google Form. So that's the Form app. Just type it on your Play Store and download it. Then after that, if you are successfully download it, you have to set up a Gmail account. If you have anyone, it will automatically pick it. However, if you don't have any Google account, you have to you have to register for Gmail account. Now, let's get started. Now, let us click on it. Now, we have the two interfaces. This is the interface of Google Form. The first one, we have the Google Form for Google Form. We have Form app for Google Form. The second one is Form app for Survey Apps. We take it one after the other. Still the same thing, but your saved file will be on Google Form. Why the new file? You can create it from the Survey App. There are some templates, a readme template where you can have access to it from Survey App. Now let's start. Let me click on this. Let me start from the Survey. Let me start from the Survey Hat. There are some ready-made templates that you can make use of. Now, I've clicked on it. I've already signed in my Gmail account. As you can see, the thing is still loading. Okay, no form available. You can see there is no form available. Now, let me click on this plus icon. Look at this plus icon. This is a plus icon. Now, let me click on it. We have the template. You can see we have curate blank. We have the curate blank form. Now, the feedback, let me start from the template. We have the feedback where we have the contact form. We also have customer feedback form. These are ready-made form. We also have customer satisfaction. You can make use of any of these templates. If I click on any one of it or any one of these form, there are some ready-made questionnaire over there. So these are the feedback. We have employee satisfaction, general event feedback, general meeting feedback, instructor feedback, job application, selection form, and website feedback. We also have a ready-made template for education. Let's move to education. The network is not popping we have the course feedback form. We also have the teacher leave form. It depends on the kind of feedback you want. If it is for questionnaire, if it is just for a survey, if it is just for a quiz, if it is just for event registration sheets, there are some ready-made form. We also have for the heads. You can see we have diet and exercise. We have doctor reports. We have health talk, health checkup. You can see. Okay. Let me show us you can see this template has 8 questions. Also the health insurance, it has about 7 questions. Now this is for the registration, this is for the food. So any of the templates you wish to choose, you can choose any one of your choice. Now if you want to create a form now, first thing is that you have to write down the question you actually want to ask people. You have to get it ready. Now let me go back. The same thing form is the same thing, is depend on the one you want to use. The thing is still loading. You can take any of the templates, but the template you are now currently you don't have any form. Now to create, click on this plus, as we say, create blank form. Yes, look at this thing. On this feedback, look at the interface of Google Form. We have this customer satisfaction, the website feedback. These are ready-made templates. Now let me click on customer satisfaction form. Now I've clicked on it. Now we have a ready-made template over there where it's asking how much do you value our company. Yes, you can as well edit it. If you want to edit it, you will edit the form. So you can actually edit it. I can rename, let me just say TAA customer satisfaction form. Then gather information. This is the description of the form, which is gather customer satisfaction information. Then you can as well edit the description of the form. Then this is the ready-made. If you are okay with all these questions, you can just submit. Or if you are not okay, if you still want to add more, you can still click on add more, and you can actually add more of it. Now we don't need the ready-made. Don't let me save it as flash this. No, it's asking me the unpublished form change we lost. Do you want to save to draft? Let me say no. Don't save to draft. So we have the education template as well, as I've explained before. We have different templates. Now let us create a blank template. We want to create a blank template now. These blank templates. This blank template, we have the settings. As we can see, we have the settings over here. You can actually click on this setting to set it. Now look at the form settings. The first one is collect email address. Do you want to collect the email address of the respondent? That is, do you want this form to automatically collect the email? Then it asks if you want it, just click on mark. It's asking you limit to one response. That is, a particular email will be given an opportunity to access the form. If we have more than one form, you will not be able. If you want to register or respond to a particular question, you will just with a particular email. Maybe your friend wants to register, the person use your email, and your second friend want to register, the person cannot use your email. So also allow respondent to edit respond after submit. That is, after a user have submitted their form, you can allow them to edit it and resubmit. But if you don't want to allow them, you don't need to click on mark. Then also allow user to view summary. You can as well let them view the summary of the results of what you're doing. However, you can as well don't accept this. Now let us continue. Now what should be the name of this form? Let me name it okay evaluation form. Virtual learning evaluation form. Now description, you can add a description to the virtual learning evaluation form. Let me leave that. Now this plus icon, let me click on this plus icon. Now this is where we are going to start. If I click on this plus icon, it's going to ask me that the type of question I want to ask. Did I want a short answer? If it is short answer, I'm going to click short answer. If it is a long answer, I'm going to click long answer. If it is a multiple answer, I'm going to choose multiple answer. Checkbox, drop down, multiple choice. We have if it is a date or time, add section and the likes of that. Now let's get started. Let's start making use of these features. We are going to make use of all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to make use of each one after the other. Let me first delete this one. Now, let's start. Let's first use short answer. Now, I've clicked on it. What should be the question? Your name, full name, first name first. The form is going to be suggesting some things for you. It's going to be suggesting look at the way I write I write name. It suggests for me that I want to write full name, surname first. Now that is short answer. Then let us look at this. This symbol is for delete. Assuming I want to delete this form, I want to delete this particular question. Once I click on delete icon, it's going to delete. Now let us look at this required. This required means if any user want to fill this form and did not attempt this question, the user will not be able to submit the answer. But if I leave it, if I did not on this required, that means that the user might not answer the question. Maybe your student, you are asking them the question. If this question is required, they must answer this question. But if it is not on, they might choose to answer and they might choose not to answer the question. Now let me make it require. First, full name, surname first. Now let us move to another question. This is what? Long answer. Okay, let me click on long answer. What should be the required question? What should be the question I'm going to ask them through this long answer? Okay, let me ask them. What, in summary, what do you understand by virtual learning? So they can provide us a full answer, but I don't want to make it a required question. That is, if any of the respondents did not answer this question, he or she will be able to submit this form. Now let us move to another one, which is multiple choice. Now I want to ask a multiple choice. Time is not on our side. What should be the question? Now let me ask, does the training met your expectation? So multiple choice is that, let me add option 1, above. Okay, multiple choice means that you can choose one or two or more option as your answer. Am I communicating? That is, if I said, what do you like to eat? Rice, beans, garri, and yam. This multiple choice means that you can actually choose the first option and second option. You can choose more than 2 options. Now let me change this question to what should be the question? Okay, let me ask this question that can have what, okay, what would you like, what would you like to eat? Okay, that is that. Now let me ask the option. The first option is yam. Second option is beans. Then the third option is plantain. And the fourth option should be egg. So they have the option to choose. They can even choose the four option. Likewise, they can choose only one or two options, and that is the reason why it have multiple choice. It depends on the question you want to ask your user. Now let us look at check box. Let us try to make use of that also. Now I click on check box. Okay, what should be the question? Okay, checkbox also serve, let me say, is like multiple choice option also. It's just like they will be clicking on it. They will be what? Clicking on the answer they want. Now let me ask the same question. Okay, what drink will you prefer? Okay, what drink will you prefer? Let me say Coca-Cola. Another option, 7-Up. Another option, what? Mirinda is okay like that. Is the checkbox and multiple choice is the same thing. However, their usage is different. The multiple choice, you can actually add, is a long answer, a long option. Maybe you said the first option, do this, what is the answer to this? You give them like 2 to 3 options to choose. Why the check box is for them to pick any of it. Now let us proceed. Now I want to make use of drop down is depend on the question you actually want to ask them. Then we have multiple choice. We have the dates. Let me make use of dates. The dates. What is your date of birth? I can make it required. That is, if they want to fill this thing, it will bring date for them. Then we have not made use of linear scale. This is a linear scale. We have 0 to 5. Let me ask this question. How will you rate the trainer? Let me just say, how will you rate the trainer? Yes, I can make it from 1 to what? To 5. I'm asking the students. If I said, how will you rate the trainer, or how will you rate your teacher? That is, I'm asking them to rate their teacher between 1 to 5. So that is the uses of linear scale. Let's check multiple choice. That one is like, let me say, like a matrix. Where we have hard row, hard column. Assuming we want to set a question on mathematics, now you ask the question and you put the option in the row, then the column you also add, okay, solve this matrix question. I'm just guessing. Okay, let me just write 3 here, column, let me make it 3 also. I can as well write add to column, let me make it 3 by 3, then row, okay, let me make it 4 by 6, then let me make this 6 by, okay, 6 by 2. So that is that about the multiple choice grid for matrix. So we want an answer in row and column. Then we also have time. Okay, we also have time. What time will you suggest? What time will you suggest we start the program? So let me make this required. So that is that about that. Which option we have not made? Let me make use of drop down. Have we make use of drop down? Okay, let me ask this question. Does the seminar created a valuable impression? Let me say yes. Add option? No. Another option? Maybe. So once you are done with that, you click on submit. So now it's going to ask you collect email address. Mark this. The Google form will collect their email address for you. Then you click on submit. Now your form is the thing is creating your form for you. The network is running. Now, then after that, you share the link of this form. Then your students will be able. Can you see? It's asking me to copy the link of the form, or I should fill the form. Let me copy the link. After I've copied the link, let me click on view form so that I will have access to the way how the form look like. Now let us look at the way the form look like. The network is somehow bad. The network is somehow bad, but let us move on with our training. Okay. Now, this is where you can actually edit the form. If you want to add anything to it, you can click on edit form to edit the form. This is the view response. These are the few responses where you can actually, from here we can see we have 0. None of the users have responded to this form. Then we also have the share, where we can actually share it via our WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever platform we want to share the form. Then we also have the view form, where we can view the form, and that is what I want to view this form, but the network is very bad. Then as well, I can actually duplicate this form, duplicate the form, then, and as well I can delete the form, but we are not doing any of the two. Now let me leave this virtual learning evaluation form. Now let's go back to this interface. This is my mail. This is my mail. Then we have the draft. Assuming you are actually making use of the file, you are making use of this Google form, and you are unable to complete it, the form will automatically save on the drive. Then the template, let's look at the template. The template is where the ready-made template, where there are some ready-made question. You can also make use of the ready-made. We have treated this before. Then the notification. Then as well, you can actually buy the Pro Form app. The Form app Pro. It has many features. So what can I do now? I'm trying to access this form. I'm trying to fill this form. Let me fill the form. But the network, it's somehow bad. The network is bad. That is the step you are going to take in if you want to create a Google form. Now, what can I do? Feedback. Assuming I'm able to access the form now, it's now been very easy for me. Now, create a blank form. Yes. Okay, if we are unable to fill this form due to the network problem, now let us fill the view response. No response yet, and I cannot have access to this form. This is very, very challenging. So thank God we are able to fill the form right now. Now you can see this is how the form will look like. We have the virtual learning evaluation form. Look at its description. Assuming I had this description about the form, this is where the description is going to show. Now let me quickly answer this question. Let me quickly fill this form. Let me write my email Amonatullahi Akorede @gmail.com. And also the first name, let me write my full name, Akorede. What do you understand by virtual learning? Virtual learning. Let me just write that. What would you like to eat? If you can recall, we make this a multiple choice. I can choose jam, and I can choose, okay, I only have one choice to choose. Then what will you prefer to drink? Oh, you can see the difference between this. Okay, this drop down, you can choose more than one option. Why the second one you cannot choose more than one option? Then what is the date of birth? You can write it, the 6th October 2020, invalid date. Okay, because if I say 2019, it cannot make it an invalid date. Okay, this is months, sorry, 10/26/2019. How will you read the trainer? Let me read them 5. Then solve this matrix. Can you see it? Can you see it? What time will you suggest? Let me just say 10 o'clock a.m. Does the seminar created a valuable impression as you choose? Yes. Then send me a copy of my response. Assuming I want the copy of my response on my mail, I can actually click on this. Then let me click on submit. So your response have been recorded. That's good. I'll fill the form myself. Assuming I've sent the form down to my friend, family, my students to fill a particular question, and for me, Once they are done with that, their response will be recorded. Now let me go back to the app. Let me go back to the app. This is the app. Let me refresh the app. Now I'm refreshing the app. Can we see we have one response? Now let me click on this one response. That is where we are moving to the end of this class. Now we have the summary of the question. Now the results. This is the results. This is the first question. What would you like to eat? We have plantain, and that is 100%. Assuming we have more than 5 people or 7 people who have filled this form, it's going to give you the percentage of each user. Assuming we have 50%, it's going to tell you that we have 50% of each user, and the count, the number of users that choose yam, or the number of your students that choose yam is going to tell you. And likewise the beans, the plantain, and the egg. It's going to give you the bar chart, the pie chart of the question, what will you like to eat? Now let me go to what drink will you prefer? The same thing is going to tell you the choice. Look at the choice. We wrote Coca-Cola, 7-Up, and Mirinda. It's telling us that the Coca-Cola is 50%, the 7-Up is also 50%, which is what? Which is the count is 1. Assuming we have many people who have edited this form and who have actually filled this form for us, it will have been more comprehensive than this. Then that is that about that. Does the training, how will you rate the trainer? Now I choose 5. That is how that's 100%, and the count is 1. It's going to give you the bar chart. It's going to give you the bar chart of the question. Now that is one. That is one about that is okay. Let me go back to it. Now that is the summary. That is for the summary. Now let us look at the individual. This for the individual, where we have, I'm the only one who actually submits this form. We have the individual, the time I register the form, then my email address, the full name. What do you want? This is, it has make it in tabular form. Then this summary of this result, I can actually export it. I can download the result. Then this is the export. The only export, the free version of the form that's what we are using. You can actually click on Google Sheet. It will look like an Excel. Then all these other formats we have to pay for it if we want it in PDF. Now let me click on Google Sheet. So I'm downloading. So I've downloaded the file now. Okay, export to what? To Google Sheet. Okay, let me click on that. So the thing is downloading already. Can you see? It's loading already. Assuming we have like 20 or 1 million students that respond to the what? To the form. This is how they are going to, that is how I'm going to fill. That is how I'm going to fill their data. It's going to show in tabular form, and that is that about that. This will come to the end of Google Form class. The network really disturbed us. However, we were still able to achieve this video at this particular period of time. Thank you, everyone. I am ISMAIL Amonatullahi Akorede. Bye bye.